think, and feel every moment is taking root within your soul. If your attention is on flowers, fragrance descends upon you. If your attention is on thorns, a sting arises within you. If your attention is on light, radiance spreads within you. But if your attention is on darkness, that darkness gradually begins to fill you. This law has always been true. Wherever your attention goes, life becomes like that. Most people waste the most precious parts of their lives in the evil, criticism, and hatred of others. Someone may curse you, say something against you, and you remain consumed by that very thing. Your attention gets stuck there. That one insult, that one sentence consumes all your energy. Imagine, a single word can have such an impact within you that you remain trapped in it for hours, days, even months. But did that abuse grip you? Or did you allow that abuse to take hold within you? That is the real question. The world's words can't hurt you unless you accept them. But when you absorb someone's abuse, someone's condemnation, within yourself, they become poison. Those same words that could have flown in the air outside now become fire within you. See, meditation is like a seed. You reap the fruits of the soil in which you sow it. If you focus your attention on others' mistakes, their evils, their flaws, then gradually that image forms within you. You become like them. But if you focus your attention on your own growth, your love, your light, then your life blossoms in that direction. This entire world is a reflection of your attention. Nothing outside is good or bad. Everything is a reflection of your inner perspective. Recognizing meditation is the greatest practice. Understanding where your attention is flowing can transform your consciousness. When you begin to understand how precious meditation is, then you don't waste it everywhere. Imagine if you had a precious diamond, would you throw it into a gutter? No, but your attention is more valuable than that diamond, and yet every day we throw it away in useless talk, quarrels, anger, and hatred. Someone says something against you, and you hold on to it. Your mind remains entangled in that thought. But have you considered that you have given away your most precious possession, your attention, to someone else? Once, two people were passing through a market. Both saw the same road, the same city, but their experiences were different. The first person said, "Look how dirty the road is. There's so much garbage. There's so much stench." Quote, the second person smiled and said, "Look, what a beautiful flower has bloomed on the side of that road. What a lovely sunshine." Quote, both saw the same thing, but their worlds were different. The only difference was their focus. Life is the same, the world is the same, but the experience is different. Because each person sees with their attention, not their eyes. Where attention goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, life grows. If you focus your attention on complaints, bitterness grows within you. If you focus your attention on gratitude, peace blossoms within you. If you dwell on the faults of others, your mind becomes a home for faults. But if you focus on the goodness within you, that goodness spreads throughout your soul. This choice is in your hands every moment. Which direction are you looking? Every abuse, every criticism, every insult is in the air outside, but it hurts you only when you allow it to enter within you. It's just like that. It's like an arrow shot into the air. If you catch it and stab it into your chest, the pain will be yours. But if you drop it, it will shatter on the ground. The world doesn't hurt you, your reaction does. Understanding this is the greatest freedom of the soul. Stop and think, what is most precious to you? Not money, house, relationships, or fame. The most precious things are time and attention, because this is life. Time doesn't pass. Time is passing you by. Every breath is taking you closer to death. And what are you spending this precious time on? Anger, hatred, and the evil of others. Thus, you are wasting your own life. A person who is not master of his attention and time cannot be master of his life. Imagine if someone stole your belongings from your house, you would call the police. But if someone stole your attention, entangled you in their own conversations, trapped your mind in anger and reaction, you silently gave it to them. This is the greatest foolishness. Stealing attention is the easiest theft, and this is what the world is doing. Everyone is trying to steal your attention. Attention is being drawn. TV, mobile phones, social media, people, and relationships are all pulling at your consciousness, and you're exhausted and scattered. But you can't understand where your energy is going. Remember, attention is life. Where you focus your attention is what shapes your future. So if someone abuses you, betrays you, or insults you, stop and ask yourself, should this enter inside me, or should I leave it outside? Quote, when you learn the art of knowing what to let in and what not to, you gradually become master of your life. Your mind becomes stable. External waves may rise, but the inner ocean will remain calm. Most people absorb external storms within themselves. Someone says something, and a storm erupts within them. They can't sleep. They can't find peace, and their attention is completely focused on that person. But is this wise? No, it's self-destruction. Because you've opened the door to your soul to every stranger. Anyone can come in and steal your peace. Now is the time to close it. Your soul, it is a temple. Don't let it be polluted by the words of every visitor. Whatever enters your mind becomes your nature. So pay attention to what you hear, what you think, what you focus on, because gradually, that will become your reality. Understanding this is the beginning of meditation. When you start paying attention to your attention, true meditation begins. Gradually, when a person begins to understand that their attention is their greatest asset, the direction of life begins to change. The things that used to anger them now calm them down. Because they realize that it is not what someone says but their own reaction that makes them unhappy. When this realization deepens within, reaction begins to disappear. When reaction disappears, there is emptiness within, and that emptiness is meditation. The person who has become free from reaction has entered meditation. But it is not easy. The mind always wants to say something, do something, prove something. If someone insults you, a voice immediately arises within, I will respond. But that very response steals your energy. Reaction shatters your inner peace. The one who can remain silent wins. Silence is a greater weapon than revenge. When you become silent, the other person drowns in the echo of their own words. They feel the weight of their own voice. Your silence shows them the mirror. Remember, reaction always comes from blindness, and silence always from awareness. A person filled with inner consciousness doesn't blame anyone. They simply observe. Observing is meditation. Observing means observing without judgment. When you begin to observe without judgment, something within you begins to open. It's as if someone has lifted a veil, and your soul sees itself for the first time. Most people never observe themselves. They only see others. Who is doing what? Who said what? Who thought what? But the person who begins to observe themselves turns their attention inward. This turning inward is the revolution of meditation. This is no ordinary thing. In looking outside, you find the world. In looking within, you find yourself, and the one who finds themselves finds everything. This is the power of meditation. It introduces you to your true nature. The outside world is permanent. It keeps changing. But the inner consciousness is permanent. It is unchanging. The person who is established within cannot be shaken. He remains calm in every situation. Whether someone insults or honors him, it doesn't matter to him because he has realized that both are temporary. Once a man asked a wise man, "Guruji, I am very troubled. People belittle me. They criticize me. What should I do?" Quote. The wise man smiled and said, "When someone insults you, just consider it a gift you didn't accept." The man said, "I don't understand." The wise man asked, "If someone gives you something and you don't accept it, who does it belong to?" He replied, "The givers." The wise man replied, "That's the insult itself. If you don't accept it, it remains with the giver." Quote. This is the essence of meditation. Don't react. Don't accept. Just observe. Observing makes you free. Reacting binds you. Gradually, as you practice this, you will find that things no longer hurt you as much as before. The same words, the same situation, the same experience, but something has changed within you. You are calm, still. Things that used to entangle you now make you smile. Because now you know that nothing outside can touch you unless you give it space within yourself. The mind always runs outside. It needs a subject, an excuse. If there is none, it creates its own story. It keeps reliving old memories. It keeps digging up old wounds. Because the mind is afraid of emptiness. But that very emptiness is the door to meditation. If you can pause for a while, if you do nothing for a while, just watch, you will find that that emptiness is not frightening. It is the greatest joy. In that emptiness lies the fragrance of the soul. In that emptiness, there are no thoughts, no words, only existence. That is your true home. You have wandered outside searching for it. But it was always within you. You could not feel it because your attention was outside. You were so lost in the external race that you could not hear the silence within. But now, if you pause for a moment, that silence will become your guide. The person who listens to the silence within becomes free from the noise of life. The world cannot shake them. Their center is no longer outside, but within. This is true meditation. When your center becomes stable within. And see, this is not something separate from spiritual practice. It can happen in everyday life. When someone gets angry in front of you, just take a deep breath and observe what your mind is doing. It's boiling. It wants to react. But you just watch. Like a cloud that rises and goes away, anger is also a cloud. If you hold it, it will turn into rain. If you let it go, the sky will remain clear. This practice will gradually transform you. It's not a sudden event, but a journey. Every day, every moment, as you cultivate your meditation, you go a little deeper. Your mind becomes a little more calm. A new glow begins to appear on your face, as if a light is emanating from within. One day, you will find that you no longer have the freedom to lose. There is nothing to be desired. There is nothing to be gained. You simply are. This very being is the ultimate fruit of meditation. The chanter disappears. Only existence remains. And then you will see that life is no longer a struggle, but music. Every event is a note. Every person is an instrument. If someone insults you, that too is part of this music. If someone loves you, that too is in the same rhythm. Now you will be able to see both with the same vision. Because now your attention is not focused but expanded. Now you are seeing yourself everywhere. This is the secret of meditation. When the observer and the observed become one, you will no longer be able to say that you are meditating. Rather, you will be able to say that meditation is happening through you. Gradually, as the mind begins to calm, a new world opens up within you. A world you had never seen before, but which has always been within you. This is the place where there are no thoughts. There is no fear. There is no past or future. There is only you, the pure experience of your existence. That is the heart of meditation. When one is outside, when one lives in the world, one is constantly surrounded by noise. The noise of thoughts, the noise of desires, the noise of relationships. But when one turns within, one realizes for the first time what true silence is like. That silence is not silence, but music. Very subtle, very quiet. It's like an invisible wave is passing through you, and when this wave rises, you suddenly feel light. As if a burden has been lifted. You feel that you no longer need to blame anyone. You no longer need to explain anything to anyone. You just want to be natural, spontaneous within yourself. But remember, this path is not easy. The mind will pull you again and again. It will say, "Look what he did to you. Look what he said." Quote. And if you listen to that voice, the same old cycle begins again. The same suffering, the same pain, the same hatred. The mind wants to return you to the old paths again and again, because those paths are its hallmark. But if you can pause for a moment, if you can observe that voice without reacting, suddenly it will begin to fade away, because you are not giving it energy. The mind survives on what gives it attention. Just as fire is fueled by air, so too is the mind fueled by your attention. If you withdraw your attention, the mind is extinguished. And when the mind is extinguished, you are no longer alone. You become one with existence. In that moment, you realize you were never alone. The universe is with you. Life is with you. The same energy flows in your every breath that flows in the trees, in the wind, in the stars. You are not separate from life. You are a part of it. This understanding is the greatest gift of knowledge. It connects you to wholeness. You no longer need to achieve anything because you are already complete. If this understanding sinks deep within you, all questions disappear. Life is no longer a puzzle, it becomes a gift. But people cannot accept this simple truth. They make life difficult because they think that if things are not difficult, how will their ego survive? The ego always craves challenge, but meditation makes you comfortable. When a person is comfortable, the ego melts away. It feels like nothingness. And when the ego melts, you become void. But that emptiness isn't dead. It's alive. Love is born in that void. Because when the I is gone, we is possible. When you are empty from within, a place for love is created within you. How can love be born within a person filled with anger, ego, and fear? Love comes only when you are empty from within. Therefore, meditation is the root of love, and love is the flower of meditation. A person who delves deep into meditation becomes full of love. Their every word, every glance, every touch is filled with love. They don't have to take anything from anyone, they just have to give. Because now a spring has burst forth within them. When this love starts flowing within, life changes. You begin to see yourself in every person. If someone says something bad, you smile. Because now you know that they too are in the same blindness you once were. Now anger doesn't arise within you, but compassion arises. This compassion isn't a pretense, it's born from your own experience. One day you will understand that this whole no one in this world is at fault. Every person operates from their own level of consciousness. The blind fall. The fault lies not with their vision. But if you can see this, understand this, your mind becomes calm. You stop fighting with anyone, and this peace becomes your greatest shield. Gradually, this peace becomes permanent within you. At first, it is fleeting. It comes for a few moments, then goes away. But with practice and awareness, it begins to endure. Now a depth is formed within you. No matter what anyone says, it becomes difficult to shake you from within. Now you are not broken by any word. You do not succumb to any circumstance. Now a place is created within you where no one can enter. This place belongs to your soul. This is your true home. When you settle here, no matter how the outside world is, your inner peace is always at peace. This is true meditation. Even when there is a storm outside, there is peace within. Now you do not run away from life. Instead, you embrace it. Now you know that everything that happens is for your growth. It is a part of you. If someone betrays you, he is teaching you to trust within. If someone insults you, he is teaching you that respect is not an external thing. Every event now becomes your teacher. No one is an enemy anymore. Everything becomes a teaching. And when this vision comes, joy appears automatically in life. Now there is no need to try to find joy. It starts flowing naturally because now your meditation has become pure. Now it is not stuck in the dirt. Now it is burning in its own light. This is the real miracle of meditation.